Hey guys, it's Saturday, April 9th. Another week has gone by. We got a little bit of snow earlier this week. Just can't seem to get into spring mode yet. But the weather report for this upcoming week is supposed to be a little bit warmer. You can see snow levels are still about the top of my arches in the beds. So it's a good 4 feet of snow on the ground still. There's nothing really to plant this week, but we are going to be potting up the tomatoes. They look like they're going to quickly outgrow those small pots, which is fine. You can use those for starting something else in the future. Germination rates this year look to be pretty good. We'll take a closer look at the plants at the end of the video, but yeah, everything looks pretty good. Looks like we got a pretty good jump on the growing season. Hopefully we can keep that going. But yeah, let's get these tomatoes potted up.
Here you go, Dad. Here you go, Dad.
Thanks. Perfect. Give everything a good water before we transplant them. I was kind of worried they were getting a little bit leggy, but they turned out not too bad. This year, they're looking pretty good this year. I'm sure you've seen people potting up plants before. Not very difficult. You just knock the plant into a bigger pot. Oh, come on. At the same time, it's always useful to plant it a little bit lower, just to give the plants a little bit more room under the lights. Kind of limited in my space above the plants. Oh, come on. Sometimes they take a bit of encouragement to come out. Sometimes they take a lot of encouragement to come out. Pretty straightforward. Now this soil, this growth medium is super dry and really dusty. So what I like to do is give them a good soaking. But I normally do that in the laundry sink behind me, because there's going to be so much water coming out the bottom that it just makes a huge mess. So these are all going to go in the laundry sink and then watered after that. Now when you have a medium to large size garden, there is no doubt that, you know, it's economical to start plants inside rather than buying them from a nursery. You get way more variety in terms of what you can grow, but at the same time, it's messy. Don't be under any assumptions that it's, you know, something that's straightforward. If you're growing a lot of plants inside, it's gonna make a big mess. There's gonna be dust from the soil that you're using, and stuff just ends up getting everywhere. So yeah, it's nice if you have the space to do it, but if you're gonna do it on any kind of large scale, yeah, it's you definitely need a space that can get dirty, or at least that you don't mind getting dirty. Ooh, dusty. It is also a lot of work. You know, there's it might seem pretty quick on the video. Sometimes it's, you know, potting things up and starting seeds isn't too fast, but normally it's quite it takes a lot of time. But I still think that if you have the space, you have the room, you're growing a large, medium to large size garden, you're going to be using a lot of plants. I still think it's worth it. Now if I take a look at the bottom of one of these, I probably could have let these grow another week. Knock this one out. I mean, the roots, there are some roots at the bottom, but not a huge amount. It would have been fine to let them go another week, maybe another 2 weeks. I haven't fed these any fertilizer yet, so if I was giving them a week dose of fertilizer, they could have gone another couple weeks in these pots, but I have the time today, so might as well get everything potted up while I have the chance.
Do I have to take this out?
Yep, I'll take that. Get your big pot first. That's a pretty tall plant, so I'll make a little hole for it.
Okay.
Okay?
Ew, I have dirt in my fingernails.
Keep shaking. Okay, wait.
There we go. Whoa. That's a lot of root.
Okay.
Ew. Got dirt on my fingernails again. What dirt? Maybe I should roll up my sleeves.
Where did you grab that one from? This row?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then 2 more of this row to go. And then we'll move on to that.
Sure. Get your big pot first.
Oh, oopsie. Oh, okay, I'll keep it in the dirt. I gave it too much water.
It'll be okay. That's too much.
The lady.
There you go.
So much water.
Flip it over.
Why is it not coming out?
There it's out. All right, one last look at everything, reorganized. Tomatoes, looking good. Well, looking all right. Should be good in these pots until they're ready to go out. We did a bit of reorganizing with the peppers. These are the sunflowers, have a habanero, a couple red knights. I'm not sure what these are. The kids were planting some flowers during the week. On the bottom level, broccoli just starting to come up. Cabbage and cauliflower. Vast majority of them came up. We have a couple cells, a few cells that haven't germinated, but vast majority of them coming up. Peppers, these are the red knight and jalapeno peppers. All the red knights came up. They're fresh seeds, so there's no reason why they shouldn't. And in that tray, all the jalapenos came up, which is good. These are the peppers that are, these are the ones that do well in pots. So we're going to do a few of them, 4 of them in the pots, leave them on the deck. I don't know what these are. I'm not sure what these are. But yeah, so that's that tray. And on the second shelf are onions. The yellow onions seem to be doing a lot better than the red onions. But we'll see what happens. Again, I haven't, it's been hit or miss for onions. I wasn't actually planning on doing them this year, but yeah, I decided to take one last shot at it. So we'll see how these ones work out. And in the sun, by the window, we have some of the pepper plants that we replanted. So we re-sowed the seeds in some of the cells that, or some of the pots that didn't come up. They're starting to germinate ever so slightly. This is our tray of, we have some Savoy cabbage and the eggplants. The reason they're out here is just to give the eggplants, none of them have germinated yet, so just putting them under the sun to kind of warm them up, maybe kickstart their germination. But these will all eventually go under the grow lights. They're just, the intensity of the sun isn't strong enough at this time of the year, and it moves too quickly. So, you know, in 4 or 5 hours, the sun will have moved, and these will be in the shadow. And so it really doesn't work very well. The plants all get really leggy, but they'll be here just for, probably just for the day, and then put them under the lights. Now those peppers look like they'll be ready to transplant in a couple weeks. So next weekend I'm going to be getting another shelf ready. I do have some grow lights. I picked up another grow light so I can get another shelf ready, and that'll be about it. This area will be maxed out in terms of the number of carts I have and the number of grow lights that I have. We are out of room, so hopefully that'll be enough for this year. And yeah, I'll talk about that probably next week, next weekend when I have some time, and then the weekend after we'll be potting up those pepper plants. All right, that's it. Hope everybody's doing well, and hope everybody else's plants out there are started and are doing well. And I'll see you next week.